What's up guys, it's Joseph, and this is going to be a quick video on some new parts I've added to my Recover 2020 Glock brace. Since my last video on this, I've added the GB20 glass breaker with the Picatinny rail, and I've added the cheek riser and the buttstock. Out of the three parts, I think the only one I'm actually going to keep on here is the buttstock. The brace originally ended here, so it adds that extra like 3/4 of an inch. The buttstock did come with ridges all along the back. But as you can see here, I did some Dremel work and cut out this little notch. And that's because I have my light fixed on this right rail and I wanted it to be within reach. So I already have it a little bit more forward because of that extra 3/4 of an inch. And so before I used to be able to reach it with my index finger, now I have to go and reach my light with my middle finger. No big deal. The cheek riser works okay if you don't mind like smashing your cheek into this and really putting a forward lean on your head in order to get a good sight picture with the optic up here. But if you don't want to smash your cheek into here, it's probably not going to work for you. The glass breaker is the last addition that I made, and I thought it was going to be an upgrade from the UR20 optic rail that used to attach right here. Because with this and with the buttstock, whenever I put pressure into the buttstock, like press this into my shoulder, I noticed that it actually did move the frame relative to the pistol. So you can see that little bit of flexing. And so that kind of did make the red dot lose 0. It shifted to 0, and I realized putting a lot of pressure into my shoulder with the side mounted optic rail wasn't going to work out. For me, there were two issues with the glass breaker, and the first one is that this polymer optic rail is not a precision fit with the glass breaker itself. It does have a pin that indexes, but the pin is a lot smaller than the slot. So I'll show you a video how much slop there was before I tighten this down. Slop between the optic mount and the glass breaker. And the second issue was that this Picatinny rail has slots that are very narrow. It doesn't actually work with most of my mounts that have lugs in it. So you can see there's 2 lugs in here. Like this one, no matter how hard I pushed down, it would not go in. But then I did find 1 out of 3 of the mounts that I had. This one has thinner lugs, so this one will fall in. So that way I'm going to be able to mount my Romeo 4S on there. And actually I did just find this 5mm riser that you can see that goes between the red dot and the lower mount. Okay, so I did just run into another issue. The screw that holds this down doesn't sit quite flush. The lug is actually hitting that screw and not letting it seat all the way. After using the Dremel and sandpaper, now the screw does sit below flush. The cross bolt hole and the pick rail slot didn't line up perfectly, so I did have to cut a little notch in the pick rail that you can see there. So now that I finally got the Romeo 4S mounted, I will take this to the range and let you know how well it holds 0 with some buttstock pressure on it, and then I'll update you guys in a future video. Any comments or questions, leave those down below. Like, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you guys later.